Peace and bright blessings, guys. It's your Queen of Spades coming at you today. I hope all my royals are well. I'm doing well myself. And today I'm doing a reading on the lovely Princess Diana, um, aka in my book, the True Queen. Uh, she was really a queen. The way that she carried herself, very regal, very elegant. And she was always known to be a very, very beautiful, kind-hearted soul. Um, very graceful, elegant woman inside and out. And, like the masses of the greats from many different ethnic backgrounds before her, um, she was taken from us sooner, than in my opinion, sooner than she really needed to go. Like I feel like she was gone too soon. But and like a lot of greats before her and after her, just gone too soon, and you have the question mark of if it was a natural death, like if this happened because it was really their time, or were they snatched from us? Was she murdered? These are some of the questions that I have, and I plan to ask them in this reading. um, she seemed like she was a wonderful mother, um, and she was about um, yeah, she was very close to my age when she passed. Um, so I remember watching the story, her life story, and it was like broadcasted on TV when she passed away, and showed all the different charities, and basically like the different organizations that she participated in, and you know helped out frequently with, basically dedicating and her time and her energy to just being around others who aren't well, and you know just dedicating her time and energy to talking with people, and encouraging them and laughing with them, and she wanted to keep in touch with all the people, um and constantly like find out how they're doing, their updates, their progress, and she was very genuine doing it. A lot like myself, a humanitarian at heart. She definitely, had healing, natural healing energy, and she wanted to help others, and she was very genuine in doing so. Um, you know, she created lots of safe havens for women who were abused. Um, where they basically, had to hurry up and quickly leave their home with their children and get to a place of safety. She provided safe havens for, women who were going through these different issues, which those issues are near and dear to my heart because, anyone who knows anything about me or who has, um, been a viewer and a follower of my YouTube um, for any length of time, you've seen my videos talking about, many different experiences that I've had over the course of my life and over the course of time, even with previous marriage and, the abuse that was endured through that. And so, you know, the women that she helped and what they dealt with is very close to home, and the fact that they had her, and the safe haven to go to feel secure, to feel safe, and raise their children in peace is something that I'm looking to do at some point in time in my life. Um, and I have faith and hope that it will come through. Um, at some point during this lifetime, is something that I definitely want to do is create that, not just for women who have dealt with traumatic experiences, but for whole families. So, yeah, that's something that I plan to definitely accomplish at some point in time. Um, yeah, so she was a very wonderful humanitarian, you know, very joyful, very youthful. And Yeah, as a young girl, I don't think I was even a teen yet. No, I wasn't a teenager yet. When she, got murdered and, well, she had the car accident and it was blasted and broadcasted all over the television. And lots of people were crying all over the world because she had touched so many people. And Yeah, I just remember, hearing about a lot of her, um, accomplishments and the roles that she played in many people's lives as far as, helping them and assisting them and, wanting to lend a helping hand with their healing process and different things like that. So, as a young girl, I was like, I want to do that too when I get older. Like, I want to help people, on the level that I can help them on, when I get older, when I grow up. So, and I plan to fulfill that. Um, but yeah, it was very sad, and even when I rewatched, like, the broadcast that was broadcasted all over the television. When I rewatched it, I started feeling like this heavy pain in my heart. And so I knew that there was like still a strong connection between um, Princess Diana and myself, which led me to, want to do a reading on her. So here we are. It was women like her and Mother Teresa. And when I learned about Mother Teresa, I was like, wow, okay, there's another woman like this, that's good. Like, I want to be one of those types of women who is, always helpful, you know, always available to help others. And like I said, I have some plans in place as far as businesses are concerned. Um, Not businesses, but yeah, I guess you could say businesses too, because what I have in mind will not only give people employment, and money flow, but it will give them also a secure place to lay their heads at night, and not something rinky dink, something beautiful and extraordinary. Um, so enough about me and what I'm planning to do. We're talking about what has happened, with Princess Diana. And I felt even as a young girl that that car accident wasn't an accident, and I didn't even know the full story. Um, so yeah, let's get into it. I have some questions. One second, guys. My battery's dying. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. All right, let's see here. So let's go ahead and get into um, Princess Diana's reading here. I have quite a few questions, you know, about a lot of different things. Okay. So at some point, Prince Charles started dating Princess Diana's sister, and she didn't feel a connection with Prince Charles. So she then, pointed him in the direction of her sister, Diana, because she felt like he would be a better fit for her. So at the time, Diana was 16 when he started like really paying attention to her. And he married her like just after she turned 18. And I believe he was in his 30s, which that's a whole nother subject to begin with. I mean, um, so Okay, so I have some questions concerning Prince Charles. Were Prince Charles and Camilla dating way before he married Diana, Princess Diana? Okay, that's a yes. Did Prince Charles and Camilla break up because Camilla wanted marriage at the time and Prince Charles felt he wasn't ready? Okay, so that's a yes. Let's see. Did the rules of the kingdom disallow Prince Charles to marry Camilla at that time? Okay, so that's a no. Okay. Okay, so did Prince Charles eventually marry Diana because Camilla left him and married someone else? So that's a yes, guys. Wow. Okay, did he often cheat on Camilla with mistress number two? That's a yes. Did Prince Charles ever really love Diane, Princess Diana? Wow, that's a no. That's crazy. Okay, I guess it really showed in certain instances too. Okay, did Prince Charles mistreat Diana? Mhm. Yep, that's a yes. Mm. Okay. Did Prince Charles often leave Princess Diana to go and play polo with his friends and have visits with Camilla? That's a yes. Wow. Okay. Did Prince Charles ever tell Diana that she was looking chubby when she was pregnant with Prince William? That's a yes. Wow. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Did Prince Charles know that Princess Diana was actually pregnant with William at the time? And that's why she was chubby? That's a yes. Wow. Did Princess Diana battle with bulimia? Um, Wait, did Princess Diana's battle with bulimia start as a result of Prince Charles's verbal assaults towards her? That's a yes. Just ridiculous. Like, did Prince Charles emotionally abuse Princess Diana? That's a yes. Did Prince Charles physically abuse Diana, Princess Diana? Wow, that's a yes. I saw it on her. I saw the energy on her. Excuse me. Um, okay. Okay. Did Prince Charles know that his mistreatment of Diana um, and the affair with Camilla caused Princess Diana to become very depressed? Of course he did. That's a yes. Did Prince Charles harshly ridicule Princess Diana because uh, red, uh, because of Harry's red hair as a baby and the fact that he came out as a boy with red hair? That's a yes. Did Prince Charles harshly tell Diana that it was her fault um, that Harry's hair came out red as if she had control over how her children's genetics turned out? Okay, that's a yes. That's crazy. Okay. Um, After he ridiculed her and they took those pictures before getting in the car, did Prince Charles tell Princess Diana that she should have tried to look happier for the cameras and pictures? That's a yes. What a creep. Okay. After after that, right after that, did he leave Princess Diana at home with her two small children to go have his visits with Camilla? That's a yes. Wow. Let's see. Was he angry with Diana once his affair with Camilla came out publicly? That's a yes. Was he angered with Diana, Princess Diana, and her revenge dress she wore the day his affair with Camille came out publicly? That's a yes. Oh, well. Okay, hold on one second, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. Okay, get right into it. Was Prince Charles always jealous and envious of Diana and how people easily loved her and related to her? That's a yes. Was he jealous of how much more attention Diana got from people? That's a yes. Okay. Did Prince Charles hate that she was more popular? Diana was more popular than him? That's a yes. Okay. Did Prince Charles hate that she continued to have lots of attention media wise and thrive after their divorce? That's a yes. Is the ultimatum that Princess Diana gave Prince Charles about Camilla the reason why he ultimately decided to divorce Princess Diana? That's a yes. Okay. Did Was Prince Charles angry that Princess Diana was dating again after the divorce and finally found real love? That's a yes. Did Prince Charles hate that she could possibly get remarried? That's a yes. I asked that because basically I saw, or it came out in one of the videos that I watched about the royal family, and basically their rules and guidelines and infrastructure and how they um basically, if you're a royal and you get married, like in the case of Prince Charles and Princess Diana, he would not have been allowed, from my understanding, to remarry until after Diana passed away. But she wasn't bound by the rules and regulations of the kingdom. So once they divorced, her title was removed and she went and lived a normal life in the States. Um so yeah, it would make sense that he was upset that she could possibly remarry, but he couldn't. Okay, let me just ask that. Could Prince Charles remarry while Princess Diana was still alive? Okay, so that's a no. Okay. Let's see. Did Prince Charles hate the fact that Princess Diana was getting engaged to an Egyptian Muslim man because he wasn't white? That's a yes. Did Prince Charles help to orchestrate plotting against or putting the hit out on Princess Diana? Mm, that's a yes, guys. That's crazy. He's a narc. He's a narcissist, so it makes sense. Okay. Wow. Um, were there others that helped in orchestrating and setting up Princess Diana's plotted death? That's a yes. Mm. Okay, was the British establishment involved in Diana's murder? That's a no. Was the MI6 responsible in orchestrating Princess Diana's death? That's a yes. Wow. What about the CIA? Were they responsible in orchestrating Princess Diana's death? That's a yes. Whew. Wow. Kill the mother of your children because you don't want her to be with somebody else. That's crazy. And an Egyptian Muslim man at that. Unbelievable. Um, okay. Was Camilla jealous and envious of Princess Diana? That's a yes. Did Camilla assist in any way with Diana's murder? Okay, that's a no. Did Queen Elizabeth have a good relationship with Princess Diana? That's a yes. So I saw in a video and it was about like the rules and regulations and the way like the royals of the British family do things or things that they're not supposed to do or whatever the case may be. That's in line with the protocol of how they basically what they basically live by, as far as like different rules and regulations where different things are concerned. And I saw that at Princess Diana's funeral, they were saying that she wasn't supposed to Princess Diana wasn't supposed to be given like um the burial or the funeral of a royal princess. She was supposed to, have a funeral service similar to a commoner because her post and her title had been removed. But what happened is the queen, she was trying to abide by the rules, but there were people in the kingdom that were starting to get upset because they felt like Diana should go ahead and have, her funeral service. She should go ahead and be, buried. And so at some point, Queen Elizabeth went ahead and did a royal funeral service for Princess Diana. And it was saying there was one more thing that Queen Elizabeth did that she wasn't supposed to because of the different rules and regulations that, you know, um, the royal family go by as far as you know, um, as far as like in regards to their posts and their positions and things like that. So, like one of the things she wasn't supposed to do was give Princess Diana a royal funeral. And a queen is also never supposed to bow to someone's casket or show honor and respect to someone's casket, someone's body, who's in that casket who happens to be a person that is removed from a position of royalty and authority. But um, when her casket with her body in it was being carried by all the people, in the kingdom who were witnessing her funeral, Queen Elizabeth was sitting in the crowd and she said, so she recognized Diana as a true queen too. And she had mad love and respect for her, just even doing something like that that could, possibly have kept her, from being a queen, disobeying rules like that. But I thought that that was beautiful that she recognized, this queenliness in Diana enough, even as an older woman, Diana's ex husband's mother, she recognized her royalty, even though Diana's title had been removed from her and she was to be treated, like a commoner, even in her funeral service. The queen just couldn't allow it because she had so much love and respect for her. So that was deep for me. That was beautiful. Um, yeah. So, yeah. Um, so there were some other things that I saw on this or heard on this documentary as well that I had watched. Um, and I have some questions. Were the royals within the family that had mental or physical illness shunned from the family and put off in faraway places where no one would see the family out with them or visiting them or, you know, being around them. I just want to know if that's true. That's a yes. That's crazy. Wow. That's horrible, actually. Um, okay, so my next question was, did the British establishment assist in orchestrating Princess Diana's death? That was a no, but MI6 and the CIA did. That's crazy. Okay. So when either right before her death or when she died, like rumors started circulating around in the kingdom, like um because she had an interview and it was like a tell-all interview, like her son Harry is about to do with his book. And basically she was talking about things in the, kingdom that she experienced when she was in there that, she didn't quite agree with. And they tried to say like she was coerced into saying these things. Um she didn't really believe these things are not true, they didn't really happen, so we gonna see. um so was Diana telling the truth in her interviews about her experiences in the royal kingdom, especially where Prince Charles was concerned? So that's a yes. She was telling the truth. Nice try. She was telling the truth. Okay. Okay. So I have a few more questions here. Okay. Okay, let's see. This is a tarot card question. Okay, let's see here. Oh, wow. Mm, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Give me two more, please. First question is, how did um how did William feel towards his mother when she was living? How did William feel towards his mother when she was alive, when she was physically alive? How did William feel towards his mother when she was physically alive? Oh, goodness. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Wow. Okay. And so that's the third one. Hold on one second, guys. Sorry, guys. It's always um somebody here got a bunch of noise going on or want my attention for something. They don't never want my attention till I'm busy doing something. Never. Okay, so first card that popped out was the Seven of Winter. Next card that popped out is the Ten of Spring. Last card that popped out is the Prince of Spring. I know y'all got chillings too. They be bothering y'all when y'all doing something, but don't have nothing to say to y'all all day long. Keep on. Keep right on playing with me. Okay, so, and then the moon is actually on the bottom of the deck. Wow. Okay, so what did I say? How did William feel about his mother when she was living? Okay, so Seven of Winter came up first. It says there is a better choice, not seeing things clearly, running away from the truth. Ooh, wow. So, okay. He wasn't seeing her clearly. He wasn't seeing the situations surrounding her clearly. And so he chose to just run from the truth and accept the lies and the falsities. Mm, 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 mm. 9 times out of 10, because his father is a narcissist, he was probably the golden child, and rewarded for, agreeing with his father and seeing things as his father wanted him to. And so as a result, that made Harry the scapegoat child. And he received the brunt of the coldness and, you know, um, being shunned, abandoned emotionally from his narcissistic father. That makes a lot of sense because his father tried to make, like, a lot of the things that Diana was relaying, a lot of the things that she was saying in all of these public interviews, somebody had to have been coercing her. That's not true what she was saying. She's making this up. And so basically that makes sense that not Harry, William would basically just, take on, what his father was saying was happening, because it was almost like finding out the truth or agreeing with the truth or seeing the truth even was kind of too much for him to deal with. So he just accepted that, she had to be lying. She has to be making this up. He decided Seven of Winter to run away from the truth. Next card that pops up is the Ten of Spring. And it says, ask for help from others, all work and no play, being weighed down by too many responsibilities. Which, Harry being, not Harry, William being the firstborn son, he had lots of responsibilities and duties as the firstborn prince of the kingdom. And, as a result, he more than likely did feel weighed down and overburdened with responsibilities. Um, the next card that comes up is the Prince of Spring. And it says charming, self confident, passionate, restless. That sounds more like Harry's energy. But this is about William. Yeah. Okay, so, yeah. Yep. So he saw that his brother, Harry, he felt like he was charming. He had more stability. He was more self-confident, passionate, even restless. Um, and the reason why I feel like this is his feelings about, Harry's and Princess Diana's relationship is because he knew he had the close connection with his father, with him being the firstborn. But I feel like he felt this deeper, you know, blood bond between Harry and Princess Diana. And it wasn't forced, it wasn't manipulated, it wasn't, you know, um, pretended upon, like it wasn't made to be something it wasn't. Like Harry naturally had love for his mother, very, passionate love for his mother and protective love for his mother. And, I think that William really wanted to have that type of connection with her too, but he didn't want to go against his father. He didn't want to disappoint his father. which is, yeah, sounds about right. Um, yeah. And then at the bottom of the deck is the moon, which we know with the moon, a person can't see a situation, thing, or person clearly. So that's definitely William's energy. And it says powerful, intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. He couldn't see the truth of the situation because he was being fed lies by his father. And at the same time, he really he really became fearful of the truth, is what I'm hearing, because his father was telling him that Diana was being coerced into saying certain things and feeling certain ways. And he really just didn't want to get in the mix up of the situation. So it seemed like the path of least resistance was basically him just sticking to his father and following through with what his father wanted him to do, and how his father wanted him to behave and act, and what his father wanted him to think about things. And yeah, it's unfortunate. But so it's like he loved his mom, but in an estranged type way, and she didn't have anything to do with that. I'm literally hearing it was his father, um, who made their relationship estranged. Wow. And then the next card at the bottom of the deck, Nine of Winter. Yep, can't make this stuff up. Unfounded fear. What was I just talking about? Unfounded fear, focusing on the worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. There it is. That's how he started feeling towards her. She was telling the truth. She was going on speaking the truth on the interviews. And, she actually went to both of her children first and let them know, I think that you should know, what I'm having to say. Princess Diana was stalked daily. Like when she moved to the States, like they provided her no more security. She was stalked, she was followed, her phones was tapped. She was constantly being watched, listened to, on the phone lines and stuff like that. She constantly felt people like watching her and following her. And those are known methods of, the CIA. So it would make sense that she felt that way, because it definitely was happening. Um, and it's crazy. And so at some point, aside from the stalking and stuff, she was driving a car. She desperately was trying to get the car looked at some point, because she felt like the brakes kept slipping, like something was wrong with it. Um, she actually, in a therapy session, she said to her therapist, like, one day soon I feel like I'm gonna die, and I feel like it's gonna have something to do with my car. Like she predicted, she probably was empathic more than likely, and intuitive as hell, because she predicted at some point her own death. And just going off of what she was feeling strongly about the car, and she was absolutely right at the end of the day. You have a really strong feeling like that, don't keep it to yourself, and don't keep moving the same way. Like now you've got to be cautious and security minded, because it wasn't shown to you or made for you to feel that like by accident. It's a warning. So I hate that for her, but yeah. So okay. Is Princess Diana here with me at this moment in time? Oh yeah. Yeah, she's here. Okay. Um, okay. Princess Diana, do you like William's wife, Kate? She said no, straight up. What about Harry's wife, Meghan? Do you like her? That's a yes. And a strong yes at that. Makes a lot of sense because Kate is an arc too, just like Charles, and Diana, Princess Diana, is the total opposite of that type of energy. And so it makes sense. Okay. And Megan is a lot like her. A lot like, Princess Diana. Okay. So, next question. Okay, how did William feel about Princess Diana's death when it happened? How did William feel about Princess Diana's death? Thank you, Spirit. Okay. First card that popped out is the Three of Winter. Okay. Next card that popped out is the Six of Winter. Next card that popped out is the Princess of Winter. Last card that was on the bottom of the deck was the Star. Let me see it. There we go. Okay. It's beautiful. Okay, so Three of Winter, reach out to others for comfort and love. You will grow stronger from this situation. Sadness that will heal with time. I feel like that's what Prince William was told. Like, you'll heal over time. It'll be okay. So he kind of accumulated a bit of a thick skin around the situation. He wanted to cry. He wanted to be sad. But yeah, narcissistic parents often feel uncomfortable with their children showing emotions of any kind. And so I can see him being made, to be in that energy, the Three of Winter. He probably was scorned and mocked and made fun of. Yeah. Okay, then there's the Six of Winter. It says positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times, traveling or relocating. Hmm. Wow. Yep. Okay, Princess of Winter. Inquisitive, truthful, realistic, undiplomatic. Information that can help you, but which may also be difficult to hear. Speaking the truth with kindness. An indigo child or adult. That was Princess Diana's energy right there. Yep. And then right after that is the Star. Look to the future with hope and optimism. The power of faith to move mountains. Happy changes that bring relief from challenging times. Wow. He just kind of he couldn't really show his emotions and feelings totally and completely. So that kind of left him to not show any emotions or feelings, which in turn turned him cold and bitter and detached from the reality of things. And makes sense, how he was able to end up with someone like Kate. Um, you know, it's wow. Wow. It makes a lot of sense, guys. That's crazy. You know, yes, your childhood definitely can deeply affect you. And then, he was really young when his mother died. But it's like, even as an adult, like the part that I don't respect and the part that I don't get right now is you're an adult now. So, and I can understand, narcissistic abuse and also like the ties and attachments and the holds that they keep on you. I understand all of that. However, like at some point, you know me, I would have gotten curious and started researching my mother's stuff to see if I could find out any information aside from what was told to me. But he didn't do that. He just kind of kept going in his life. What was, and he just kept moving forward. Okay. I'm hearing that she definitely would not have chose Kate for William. She wouldn't have agreed to someone like Kate being with William, but she does love her grands, um, irregardless. Yeah, she's very proud of Harry and Meghan's union. She feels like they're a great fit, great match. Wow. And wow. Yeah, I really feel like this kind of popped out. Awakening. She helped Harry in receiving his awakening. She definitely influenced him from beyond, and she helped him to come into this awakening, which is why he finally realized like he had to leave. He had to get the hell out of there. Um, it's just like he said on the Oprah interview. He was saying like my brother and my father, they're still trapped in the system. And I feel bad for them because they are trapped in it, and I got out, like I got away, and I'm free, and I'm in peace and happiness with my family. So wow. And then the awakening says, change the way you're looking at the situation, embrace your uniqueness, a temporary pause in the action. So yeah, it's like, yeah, he was definitely at some points going through like a deep a deep dive transformation in which he was awakened to the fact of everything not being like he was told. Felt like there was more to the story where his mother was concerned. And he started, eventually planning to basically do research of his own to see, what he could dig up about, his mother's death. Um, and that's going to be in his book as well, I believe. That's horrible. And then I already asked the question. She definitely does like Megan. Um, okay. Next is a pendulum question. Okay, has Princess Diana crossed over into the spirit realm? That's a yes. Is Princess Diana at peace? Okay, that's a yes. Okay. Will Princess Diana ever reincarnate again? Mm, that's a yes. She actually does want to reincarnate again. I don't blame her because her life was cut short. Yep. Okay. Excuse me, guys. My throat. Let me go ahead and get a little. Ooh, yeah. After a little bit, my throat gets extra dry. Okay. Let me see. Where were we? Oh, right. Okay. Princess Diana, do you have any other messages that you want me to relay to my viewers or any of your family members? Okay. That's a no. Okay. Yeah, so I'm definitely going to link a couple of videos down below in the description box talking about Diana's life, as well as, you know, a video by her fiance's father. Okay. Okay. Do you feel vindicated by my reading, Princess Diana? Goodness. Okay, that's a yes. Alrighty. Let's see. So, Muhammad Al Fayed was her soon to be father in law. And like I said, him and his son, they were multi billionaires. They were Egyptian Muslim men in their family. Um, and Muhammad Al Fayed, who is Dodi Fayed's father, suspects that um, because his son, who was a multi-billionaire, Dodi Al Fayed, because he was also an Egyptian Muslim, and people were not accepting of her being with someone outside of her race, as a white woman, um that they were more than likely murdered because they were fearful and not happy about um Dodi Fayed becoming the stepfather of a British king. So and I believe that. And in fact, we can ask that. So did they have Diana, Princess Diana, and her fiance Dodi Fayed Al Fayed murdered because he was an Egyptian Muslim? That's a yes. Okay, did they have Princess Diana and her fiance Dodi murdered because Dodi Al Fayed was going to be her children's stepfather, who, at least one would end up being the king, and they didn't want an Egyptian Muslim man over him as the stepfather? That's a strong yes. That's just crazy, but it's happened before, time and time again. And there were like drones, constantly snapping pictures of Diana and Dodi Al Fayed while they were out and about, at different gatherings, and when they went and they were on a boat and just having fun, just enjoying each other, just enjoying life. It did uh um I did see drones taking pictures of them in one of the videos where they were, out and about together, going on different dates, just enjoying each other. And they seem to have a real genuine love between the two of them. And even Muhammad Al Fayed, Dodi's father, said, the phones were tapped. Um, there was too much stuff going on, and he was seeing things as his father. And he was like, there's no doubt in his mind that they were being followed, they were being watched, they were being plotted against, and then, it just, it's crazy. Um, the extent, the length that people will go to end you just because they're fearful of you moving on from them in a much better way, in a much better light. Um, it's horrible. Like, because in my opinion, she just was gone too soon. And, you know, like the pendulum, like the reading said, Prince Harry was definitely, at the root of her murder. And, he hired on the MI6 and the CIA to, go forth and actually start tapping her phones, following her fiance, which they were going to publicly announce, um, their engagement, a few days after the night that they went out and got into, that planned car accident. And it's just horrible. She was gone too soon. And there was like a list of rules. As a royal, you're not supposed to break these rules. And so the name of the video was, I think it said like the 9 or 10 times that Diana broke the rules as a royal. Um, and I'm sure this contributed to pissing off, Charles, or making him feel some type of way. Um, so number one was she handpicked her own engagement ring from a catalog when, her and Prince Charles got engaged. Number two was she wrote her own vows and refused to say that she would obey Charles. Number three, she wore above the knee dresses and skirts, especially after her title was stripped from her and after the divorce. It was almost like that was her little way of rebelling, which is kind of funny actually. She wore above the knee dresses and skirts, causing a stir in the early 1990s. Um, she wore the queen's choker as a headdress. So it was like something like this, but it was like emerald green, like beads or jewels on it. And there was a picture of her with it like around her head, and she had on this really pretty dress to go with it. And people probably were like, that's odd. Like, why would you do something like that? Because you can do whatever you want. But yeah, so that was one, two, three, four. Number five was she sent her boys to public school instead of education on palace grounds. Um, yeah, number five was the boys were exposed to a non-royal way of life and living, including having McDonald's every Saturday. Princess Diana went public in the next one. She went public about her marriage troubles in a TV interview, which I'm guessing is an absolute no-no. But I feel like sometimes people are quiet too much, and things have a way to fester and not be solved or helped when the person is quiet totally and completely about things that they're experiencing and things that have happened to them. People continue on doing things because you're not making the situation better by hiding it. You're protecting, the culprit, the person who is doing all these crazy things to you. You're protecting them and giving them the space and the time and the energy to continue to abuse you and act ugly towards you because you're not reporting it or telling anyone about it. So they get to abuse you as much as they want to and not have any fear about anybody, trying to, um, do anything about it, come to your defense or anything like that. So, um, okay. So the next one is she wore red nail polish, even though royal ladies were only allowed to wear pale pink. Well, I love red nail polish myself and red lipstick. I'm not wearing it today. This is actually like a plum, but uh, I totally can relate, you know, because in my upbringing, there's certain rules and regulations about, especially about like certain colors on your nails and on your lips. So I totally can understand, but think that too much attention is put on the unnecessary of things, in my opinion. But that's just me. That's just me. Um, nail polish and lipstick, like, I mean, is it going to kill you if somebody else is wearing red polish and red lipstick? I mean, really, is it? Um, so she rebelled. She wore these things anyway, despite the rules and regulations. Um, yeah, she was the first royal to give birth to a future monarch outside of the home. Usually they have home births, but she went to a hospital. Actually, she went to an institution and had water births, natural births. Um, she wasn't afraid to wear black outside of funerals. It was looked at as like, you know, not proper or correct for her to, wear black and it wasn't someone's funeral. And she had them little above the knee uh dresses and skirts, and they was black, and she was beautiful in black. Black must have been, it probably was her favorite color. It's one of mine for sure. But she wore them black dresses, especially that revenge dress she wore, and they were total hotness. Like, she looked really beautiful in them, and people was hating from the sidelines because it's like in the rules, like it's supposed to be like improper to wear it outside of funerals. It's crazy. Um, okay, and then the last one was she didn't keep any distance between herself and other people that would approach her in public. And, it said that when you're a royal, you're a part of the royal family, and people come up to greet you and things like that. There should be a little bit of distance between you and that person. But Diana, Princess Diana, I'm convinced was a healer because she would be holding people's hands, she would be touching people's hands, she would touch their shoulder, their back. Like, she got real up close and personal, and she was like giving off like healing energy to the different people that would approach her. And as a result, people felt nothing but love. Like, people felt love, people felt, genuine realness from her, and people loved her as a result. And, people, it began like when she began going out in public, especially after having her children, her two boys, you know, um, that's when things started to make a turn for the worse with her and Prince Charles, because people were coming up like asking about her, like, is Princess Diana gonna be here? You know, um, people were coming up, conversating with her, and they loved her energy. Like, it was so addictive and magnetic that, they continued to, you know, um, come up to her and, want to be around her, want to talk with her and exchange with her. Like, you can't fake that genuineness, and that's just, that loving energy is the type of energy that she gave off. And as a result, like, loads of people loved her, and they mourned her death, when she passed on. Um, and he's gonna have to answer for that. Um, I know y'all say, I know. We all have to, yes, we do all have to answer for whatever we've done in this lifetime. And I know he'd like to think that he got away with all of that, and that's why he's mad that Harry is about to release this book, because he don't want all those old skeletons coming out of the closet. However, the truth always comes to the light. You can try to hide it all you want to. The truth always comes to the light. And he will be found out. And even if he doesn't serve any time or receive any punishment in this lifetime from a judge or a court system, or get put in jail for his involvement in Princess Diana's death, he's going to suffer in his lifetime if he hasn't been suffering already. And at some point, he will have his own personal judgment day, and he will have to meet his maker, and he will be shown all that he's done in this lifetime, and all the people that he's screwed over and hurt just because of his inflated ego. And he will have to answer for these things, because this is serious. Plotting someone's death, that's serious. It's a serious offense in the spiritual realm. So he's going to be found out, and he will have to answer for that if he hasn't been answering for it already. I think he's like, I want to say he's like 50 or 60s or 70s. I'm thinking 70s. And he looked like he already like 100. Like, you know, so something tells me he won't even last in his position long, because he's aging at a rapid pace. And I wonder why. Like, when you're carrying so much on you as a person who's constantly doing things to other people behind the scenes, and you're guilty for the murder of your children's mother, and you know that you sent people to watch her and stalk her, you know that you wanted her to be miserable in her life after she left you, and that she ended up doing nothing but coming up and continuing to be known and well known by the public, and loved and appreciated by the public, and then found her somebody who truly loved her like he could never. Like, you know, it's just crazy the way that some people think. Like, I'm glad that she's in a good space, and At this time, I have no further questions for Queen Diana. And yeah, thank you for sharing, these answers and these messages and these visions with me, Princess Diana. And you are more than welcome to go back to the spirit realm from whence you came. All right. Okay, guys, and that's all the questions that I have for Princess Diana today. Um, who knows? We may revisit her case again in the near future. Um, but that's all I have for today. And if you guys have more questions that you want me to ask in the future, just drop them down below. And I look forward to seeing you guys again in the next video. Peace and bright blessings.